the legend of the Phoenix. All ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning?
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce here with you as we get ready for a little NBA action on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming.
And there's a shot earlier of the Jazz preparing for action. And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Our starting lineup to look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. First for the Warriors, Curry and Thompson, the splash brothers in the backcourt. And at the pivot, a terrific defender and all-around player, the Australian sensation, 7-footer Andrew Bogut. And there's Iguodala, and it's Lee in at the 4 slot. And for the Jazz, pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. And in the middle, standing 6'11", 270, the talented scorer and rebounder out of Turkey, the big man, Enes Kanter. And it's Hayward, and it's Favors in at the 4 spot.
Well, you always hear about how loud this Jazz crowd is at home, and trust me, it is loud. They are a big part of why the Jazz have been so tough at home for so long, but the personnel of the Jazz has had something to do with that as well.
And as you said, the Jazz very tough at home as always, Clark, and 30 wins for them in this building last season, which usually, Steve, is enough to get you into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's an amazing stat. 30 home wins and you don't get in. Just shows you how difficult and how tough the Western Conference was.
Now, here's Burke. Steph Curry with the rebound.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Thompson from long range. That's good. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for
one, Kevin. We'll see if they can execute.
Thank you, Doris. And he's sick.
But we did win Western Conference Player of the Month in April. First Warrior to win a Player of the Month honor since Chris Mullin back in 1990.
For Trey Burke.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
They need this. And Iguodala gets it to go in. On the last season, Steve, they got an early start. They were in the team gym from the earliest days after the draft.
Well, this is a club that has great chemistry. Some of that has to do with Mark Jackson. A lot of it has to do with just the quality of people that they've put on that roster. But it's an exciting young team with a good coach and a great crowd.
Open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Lee with the ball. Williams picks him up. Thompson for 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting.
Struggled a bit with his touch around the rim. So it's nice to see as last season wore on, he started to find that touch around the glass and finish against bigger guys, which is much needed at the 2-guard position.
Now here's Curry. After the miss from Burke. Goes back up. Beatrice with the block. And he recovers it. Azili gets the bucket.
You know, that putback.
You're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference. And the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
Now here's Barnes. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the
guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Hi.
Checked in for Maurice Spates. Warriors leading by 6. Curry outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Iguodala takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was.
By 7. Passes to Lee. That falls. Nice feed that time from Hunt.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Thompson for the triple. But they get it back with the second effort. And again, it's David Lee. Lee's got 4. No good. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Warriors ahead, up by 10.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's halftime on 2K Sports. Keep it right here as we break down the first half. The Golden State Warriors are ahead against Utah. It's been a scintillating...
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Some good numbers for Burke. He's got 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Now, a lot of times, he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line.
Beavers got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Jazz. Feeds to Thompson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Man, I don't know what happened right there.
13.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
And Andrew Bogut, the bucket on the assist by Curry.
One-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir. That may put a little life back into this team.
Good. And that's now 6 points for David Lee.
Well-executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
And Clark, back to that flex offense you were talking about. Some players coming to the league.